You know that I could use somebody.
Okay, I'm not even centered on the camera. Okay, I just tried to film this video and it was an absolute disaster. This is going to be how I keep my planner organised. So, I got an email a couple of days ago and it was asking me, like, she'd seen my what's in my bag video, and she'd seen my planner in that and she thought it was really cool, like, how I'd organised it and stuff, so she wanted me to kind of go into more detail about it. Unfortunately, I'm really mad at myself about this. I've lost that planner and I'm seriously, there's no one more disappointed than me, because it had like little notes from my friends in it, it had like little pictures. It was one of my favourite planners that I've ever kept, and I've torn my room apart, I'm not even kidding, and I cannot find it anywhere. So instead, what I've decided to do, I've got 5 different planners, and I'm just going to briefly go through how I organise different styles of planners. So the first style of keeping your homework diary organised is with the ones the schools provide. Now, school planners are actually really good because they allow you lots of room to write everything down. I know when I've been looking for planners outside of school, it's really hard to find things with enough room to fit all your homework in, especially as you get older and you get more homework. It's a disaster. So school planners are really good for that reason. It's also fun because, you know, you can decorate them. I've covered mine in stickers. It's actually rather embarrassing. I have like pink and Hilary Duff on the back of this one. And you know, they always have space for your timetable and like a list of teachers, and kind of they always have the school dates in, things like that. And they also have, they always have all this writing. Does anyone actually ever read this? I remember on the first day we were told, you should read all the stuff in your homework diary. Have you got everything? So they're really helpful, and the way my school used to do this was, I'll show you this page. You'd have a homework timetable. I don't know how many schools have homework timetables, but in all the schools I've been in, teachers can only set you homework on a certain day, and then it's due in on a certain day, usually. So the way my school used to do it is, you'd write all your subjects that you were meant to get homework for, and if you got homework, you'd write it in and write the due date, and then if you didn't get homework, you'd just put a cross. And then once you finished the homework, you would put a check mark, and then at the end of the week, the teacher would check. I don't know if you can see this checklist down the bottom. But they checked that you got everything done, and more often than not I'd forgotten to get my mum's signature, so that was a bit of a fail. Also, I don't know if anyone else used to do the foldy pages or does the foldy pages, but the foldy pages is the easiest way to keep your homework diary organised. You can use elastic bands to find your place, but foldy pages are the best. So basically how it works, I'm sure most of you know this. Basically, so I'll show you. The way this works is you fold one page down like this into the middle. This is of course when you've done everything on this page, like that. Then you fold the other page up to it, so go like that. So then when you shut it, they stick together and you can easily go to the next page. That is a really handy tip, and it used to, and it also, but only problem with that is it makes your book quite thick. So yeah. Then I have, okay, this has got my school name on, my next school that I went to, this is the one that I just finished. And the way I do this is, they didn't really check them as much because this is when I was a bit older, so I just used to write the subject, any homework when it was due, and I either used to check it off or sometimes I'd draw a line through it or use a highlighter to highlight over it. That was that. It's a different way of doing it. Again, gotta love the stickers. This is the next type of diary I had. This is when I started my A-levels, so my junior year, and we were kind of given a bit more freedom, so we weren't given planners, we had to kind of buy our own. So I got one, I took the cover off it and made my own really cool cover out of this really cool photography wrapping paper. Unfortunately the other side's fallen off, I didn't do it very well. So I just did that by, you know, like folding it around and taping it. So the way this one's laid out, I'll just show you an empty page, is you have all the dates down here for a week and then you just have a blank page. So the way I'd use this is I'd use the date side to write in what was happening. So if I had a test, if I needed to remember something specifically for that day. So for example, I have here picture day, bring in a hairbrush, remember to buy donuts. Yeah, our school's cool, we ate donuts in maths. This is due in here, and then I'd write all the homework on the other side. So it sometimes got a bit chaotic, as you can see here. If I decided I was going to be particularly colourful one day or something like that, I tended to get a bit carried away. But it was I really liked this idea because you kind of got a lot of room to write all your homework down. On days I was feeling a bit more organised, I would write it neatly and then cross it out with a line. And then I'd also kind of section off different subjects and things like that. So I think with these you have a lot of freedom how you kind of organise yourself, and it's kind of a good transition. Then in my last year, as you will have seen, I kind of went back to kind of a bit more of a organised way of keeping stuff done. So this is basically the same brand that I had my Pixar journal in, except this one has nothing in it as of yet because I haven't used it. So the way this works is you have two flaps in this side. So I used to use, I'm sure I showed you in my What's in My School Bag video, so if you want to see that diary, it was the best one I've ever kept, go and watch that video. I'll leave an annotation around here somewhere. I used to, you know, keep stickers, post-it notes, my timetable, all sorts of letters and things I used to just fold up and put in these little side pockets. It's a really good way of keeping everything intact. So the way this one works, it has like monthly calendars. I mean the squares are small, but they're big enough to write, you know, important dates. So I'll show you. So for example, like this, just written in some important dates, and then the actual days themselves look like this. So I've just kind of showed you how I would have laid something out, even though I've got no homework written in. So the way I'd keep this organised is typically I'd choose a colour for a subject and then write in that colour so I could find it really easily. And then the reason I also like this one is because in the back it has lined paper, blank paper, and then also, there should be some squared in here somewhere. Oh yes, squared paper as well. So it's good for, you know, like taking notes or, I don't know, writing stuff down you need to remember. And then it also has the address book in the back, which I've never ever used an address book in these diaries. No. So, yes, now I'm going to go into kind of how I kept myself organised. So, as you'll notice, I like post-it notes. If there was something really important that I needed to remember, kind of like, that was my priority, what I'd do is I'd write it on a post-it note. For example, if there was an essay, I'd write it on a post-it note and stick it on top of all my homework for that week. So it would just go right in the middle, like this. So my sticker here says book America tickets because I need to book tickets to go and see my friend in America. So then what I do is if it was say due like the next week, I just keep moving it on top of everything else. So I would know it was there and know. And then once it was done, it would either go back to where it was set or it would just go in the bin. I'll just put that back in there. Another fun thing to do, as well as using like your coloured pens and kind of things like that, is stickers. I am obsessed with stickers. As you can probably see from my other ones, I love stickers. I just think they brighten something up. Now, in my old homework diary, I had little arrow stickers, and they were really, really good to kind of remember important dates and stuff like that. I didn't want to go out and buy some especially because I don't think I'm going to use them for this, because this is more of a diary, if that makes sense, rather than a homework diary. But other things I thought were useful. You can get these ones. I don't know if you can get them anywhere else, but they're really popular in Japan. What they are is they're strips, so you can either take the strip as it is. Actually, I'll just show you. I'll open it up. You can take the whole strip as it is. It would all just peel off. Or you can take little individual squares off. Like that. This is good, so for example, if you decide purple is for people's birthdays. So then, where I've got my sister's birthday written in, oh, sugar muffins, I would just stick a purple sticker on, and then I know it's a birthday. And if you decide, for example, green is holidays, you can use a whole strip and just put it along the whole thing. It gives you an example here. See what I mean? So yeah. And then I'd also use just kind of maybe stars if I wanted to remember something important, or like if I had a music festival I would use music notes. You can buy all sorts of stickers. I've got heart ones, I don't really know why I'd use them. Hot date, ha, funny. There's these cute frog ones, you know, just however you want to style it. You can get 3D ones, I don't really know what you use these for, and things like that. Another good fun way is if you've got time, now I don't recommend taking this to school, but you can do it once you get home, is these label makers. Now these are really fun, even if you just want to play around with them. So I don't know, what should I make a label for? Well, I had an interview yesterday, so let's make one for interview. So the only bad thing about these is it doesn't do capital letters, which, you know, if you're a bit OCD, then it's not for you. So the way this works, I'm sure most of you know, but what you do is you just turn the dial around to what you want. So I want an E, it's the other way. That's what an E, I'm trying to use the viewfinder, and then you just press down, and you keep doing that until you get your word. So give me 2 seconds. Come out like this, and then where you've used the scissors, you can just snap it, snap it, and peel off. Whoa! And then you can just stick it in like this. So like that. You can get all sorts of different coloured tapes. I mean, I've got like orange and red and purple. These are quite inexpensive, so I would, you know, they're fun as well. You can stick them on posters and whatever. Another thing, but I have a sticker maker. So the way this works is basically you put any piece of paper in and it makes it into a sticker. That would be fun if you want to, I don't know, put stickers of your friends in, you know, take a photo, print it out, make it into a sticker. So yeah, that is how I kept myself organised. Great. Oh, also, another thing, I forgot. Novelty post-its. These are more for things like, I would, if someone recommended a film they wanted me to watch, I would write that on a novelty post-it, because then it didn't seem as high priority as my schoolwork, which was like in the big formal post-its. So yeah.